By creating and managing connections between SysML model elements and JIRA issues, Zendaya adds project management to the system engineer's toolkit. However, because of the differences between system elements and project issues, the use cases that Zendaya supports are diverse and sometimes complex. In this video, we will look at how reference connections operate in this interface. We return to a version of our UAV model. Launching Zendaya, we go to the repository manager, to create a network connection to a JIRA repository. If needed, we right-click and select Add on JIRA and enter our name for the repository and the access credentials we have been given by the repository administrator. In this case, we already have a repository network connection set up. We may also want to check the Settings tab for JIRA. Scrolling down, we see several user options. One, the default issue type, determines what kind of JIRA issue is created when a SysML element is dragged into a JIRA project. Choices include task, new feature, improvement, and bug. Returning to the connection manager, we can use the reference connection in several ways. If we drag any SysML element into a JIRA project, we are given two options: create a reference connection to the JIRA project itself, or create a new issue inside the project and create the reference connection to that. If we drag the same SysML element onto an existing JIRA issue, we create a reference connection to that issue. If we drag a JIRA issue or a JIRA project onto any SysML element, we create a reference connection between those two things. The situation becomes even more complex when the SysML element dragged over contains part properties or actions. In that case, a series of new issues and reference connections are created. We will return to that situation in the third video in this series. Right now, we will start by creating a reference connection. In the connection manager, we see the structure package in our SysML model on the left. We have selected the JIRA ICACS Network 1 connection on the right and find the UAV 48 radar issue using the search bar. We select Reference Connection in the central column, and the connection is made by dragging and dropping the radar issue on the radar block, or vice versa. In the Connection Browser tab, we can expand the radar block, refresh it, and see that it has two connections, a previous one to a MySQL table, and the new one to JIRA. A reference link gives us several options. From the SysML diagram or browser, I can right-click on the radar block and select Zendaya, Open Connected Artifacts. A window opens asking whether I want to open the MySQL connection or the JIRA issue. I choose the second to open the JIRA issue in my web browser. Here I can see all the information JIRA holds about this task, including status, resolution, and assignee. A reference link also recognizes when a newer version of the JIRA issue has been saved. While I am in the web interface, I edit the status to In Progress. Back in Zendaya, I right-click the JIRA connection under Radar and choose compare SysML and target. The comparison results are red, and the message indicates that there is a later version of the JIRA issue than I originally connected to. I can update the connection in the connection browser, the connection summary, or even here in the comparison results by right-clicking the connection and choosing either Sync SysML to Target or Target to SysML. For a reference connection, both commands update the connection to the latest JIRA version. In the next video in this series, we will explore the data map connection, which can allow a SysML block and JIRA issue to share information.